and welcome to my channel. If you're new, I'm Kristen and I am finally back on this channel. If you don't follow me on my DIY channel, I am most active over there, but I'm really excited to be back here. I have a crock pot video for you guys, if you already knew that by now, but I'm really excited to be back. I have some fun videos coming up. I have a living room makeover video coming up very soon for you, along with a decluttering video. So let's jump into dump and go crock pot meals.
This first recipe is a chicken spaghetti, and you'll need a can of diced tomatoes, 2 cans of cream of mushroom soup, a block of cream cheese, garlic powder, spaghetti noodles, and some velvetta cheese. And I will put the recipes in the description box below, so you don't need to hurry and write all this down. They will all be in the description box for you. So the first thing we did was just add the entire can of diced tomatoes, and I did drain all of the cans out. You probably don't have to drain out the corn of the tomatoes, but I just chose to do that. And then I'm just adding the cream of mushroom soup cans, and my 4-year-old helped me along the way. She loves helping me with crock pot meals because you really can't go wrong when you're just making dump and go crock pot. And then some garlic powder. I do not measure garlic powder. I just really like the taste, so we always add just a little bit extra. And then throw in the block of cream cheese and the velvetta cheese on top. And then I just let that cook. All my recipes took 4 hours to cook on high. So FYI, if I do not tell you, they all took 4 hours. I don't know what it was. I think that's just like the perfect timing to cook chicken in a crock pot is 4 hours. And I didn't use potatoes because I feel like every time I do that, my potatoes don't cook for 4 hours. It takes way longer. I always thought that my crock pot, I just needed to like upgrade, but I think it definitely just takes longer to cook those. And then right now I'm just shredding the chicken up, and I'm going to be adding it back into the pot. And then I just kind of eyeballed how much spaghetti and noodles to put in there. I don't know how many I used to be exact, but probably like a half a box or so of spaghetti noodles, and that was it. Mixed it all together, and this was absolutely amazing. It was like a cheesy spaghetti. It was amazing. I definitely recommend this recipe. Next one is a chicken taco soup. This was amazing. You're going to need a box of chicken broth, salsa, red kidney beans, black beans, a can of cream of chicken soup, and whole kernel corn. And I'm just using 2 pounds of chicken, and then I just dumped in the chicken broth first. I really think with a dump and go crock pot meal, you don't have to do this exactly the same way because it's all going to go in there together anyways, so I don't think it matters what you put in first. I just thought that this made just a little bit more sense to add the chicken broth. And then I'm going to add a packet of taco seasoning. You can choose whatever you want. This is just the mild taco seasoning. And then a can of black beans. If you don't like black beans, you can switch it out for any sort of beans. You don't like kidney beans, you can switch it out for any sort of bean that you like. It doesn't matter. Just make this how you prefer to eat it. And then I'm just dumping in the cream of chicken soup. And then next I just dumped in the corn, and I would normally buy off-brand, but I couldn't find it that day, so there you go. And then I'm just throwing in some minced garlic. You cut up your own garlic if you want. I just added a lot in here. You probably should only use like a teaspoon, but I probably use like 3 teaspoons. Garlic powder, you are not going to see me measure that ever. I just kind of dump it in. And then I'm using 1.5 cups of salsa. I probably use closer to 2 cups just because I wanted to use up what we had in the refrigerator. And this is just from Dollar General. And yeah, that is it. Then I just cooked it for 4 hours. And then once everything was cooked for 4 hours, I did end up taking the chicken out and shredding it and putting it back in. And then once the chicken was shredded, I just put it back in the pot, mixed it all together, and I just had it on keep warm for another hour just to soak everything into the chicken. This next one is a cream cheese chicken. You'll need spaghetti noodles, you'll need a block of cream cheese, garlic powder, a ranch seasoning packet, and a 16-ounce bottle of Italian dressing. And I'm just using 2 pounds of chicken, and then the next thing I'm going to do is just dump the Italian dressing into the crock pot. I also had my daughter help me this day. She just loves helping do crock pot meals, so you will see her help me out quite a bit. The next thing I added was just the block of cream cheese. And the next thing I added was the ranch seasoning packet, and I did end up using the entire thing. Next, I just went and added my garlic powder, and you should know by now that I do not measure this out, but it's probably just a teaspoon, but I just like it a little bit more garlicky, so I always just add more than what I asked for. And then I just cooked this for 4 hours as well, and then I just decided to shred up the chicken in the crock pot because this was just breaking up, and my chicken breasts were really small anyway, so it didn't take any time at all to shred this chicken up. I did just mix it around to get all the good sauce into the chicken, and then I just added my noodles, and I used probably half a box of angel hair noodles. I just like to use the angel hair because it cooks just a lot faster. And like I said, I have not cooked noodles in the crock pot before, so I just put them on the stove and boil them just like regular noodles, and then I just mix this all together, and that is it. This next recipe is a crack chicken and rice, and this also took 4 hours to cook. And you're just going to need rice, bacon bits, ranch seasoning packet, 2 cans of cream of chicken soup, milk, and some shredded cheese. And I'm just putting the 2 pounds of chicken in, and I actually found this recipe on Pinterest, so it told me to put everything else in a bowl and then mix it. So I'm just adding my cup of rice, 1 3/4 cup of milk, and then I'm going to be adding 2 cans of cream of chicken soup, and then I'll be adding my bacon bits, ranch packet, and my shredded cheese, and then I will be mixing it all together and then just dumping it in the crock pot. Like I said, this one was really easy, and it took about 4 hours. It might have even took a little bit less, so maybe even 3.5 hours to 3 hours. Check on it because mine kind of stuck to the crock pot just a little bit, so maybe it would have been better if I would have taken it out sooner. But this is just super easy. I probably didn't need the bowl like it told me to, but it definitely kind of made things easier to mix. So yeah, I mean, I definitely recommend doing that. But alright you guys, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please make sure you leave it a thumbs up, and if you are new to my channel, I would love if you consider sticking around and subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!